ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ परमानेंट मार्कर ब्लैक इधर उठा उठा ತಿರುಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸರಿಗೆ ಸರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಗುಡ್ 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 ಪೂರ್ತಿ ವೈಟ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಿಡಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಪನ್ನೀರ್ ಕಲರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮತ್ತು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗಿಂತ ಭಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾಳೆ ತೆಗೆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡು ಕಟ್ಸೋದು ಇದೇನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ Only borders, okay?
Daily habit never goes. Keeping the bag on the chair. Huh? I'm happy that you are not keeping the bag behind you and sitting in the edge of the chair. That is another daily habit.
यह हमारा कर्तव्य है कि हम अपनी स्वतंत्रता के लिए अपने खून से भुगतान करें। अगर कोई संघर्ष नहीं है, अगर कोई जोखिम नहीं उठाना है, तो जीवन अपना आधा हित खो देता है।
One individual may die for an idea, but that idea will after his death incarnate itself in 1,000 lives. Never lose your faith in the destiny of India.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone. As we all know, today we have gathered here to celebrate Pariksha Pe Charcha.
This day is tributed to the India's most celebrated revolutionary and visionary freedom fighter who spent his entire life fighting for the independence and the honor of his nation.
Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was an iconic leader of India all the time. Subhash Chandra Bose, lovingly known as Netaji, was not just instrumental in Indian freedom struggle from the British rule, but his patriotism and ideas went on to inspire generation after him.
Now I request our respected principal sir to give the welcome note.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. I think it's a little
tough job to give a speech after a wonderful speech by Shreya. Nevertheless, respected principal sir, teachers, and my dear friends, good afternoon. It's a privilege for me to have this opportunity to interact with students of the most prestigious schools in India. Today, on the occasion of Parakram Divas, the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose, who we fondly call Netaji, I would like to speak to you about different forms of courage. Often we think of courage and warriors. Often when we speak of courage and warriors, and you must have heard it often, we associate it with physical battles and duels. However, in the wake of COVID pandemic for the first time, I think we have come to realize that the term warrior can also encompass those on the front lines of pandemic. We had the doctors, the nurses, and the other healthcare workers, and we refer to them as COVID warriors. Courage and warriors do not, the word term courage and warriors, they do not encompass only physical attributes, but there are also other forms of courage. I will talk about 3 types of courage that Netaji exemplified, and also how can we learn from the different forms of courage that he exemplified. We can learn from his life to be fearless, courageous in facing our own challenges, particularly when it comes to taking exams and having a successful career. The first type of courage that Netaji demonstrated was physical courage. We had our speakers speak about the students, brilliantly speak about them. He was fearless, he was a warrior who led the Indian National Army against the British in the fight for Indian independence. He put his own life on the line to fight for his country. And the physical courage we can all admire and strive to emulate in our lives as well. It is especially necessary for all of you to be physically courageous. If you want to be successful in life, you will have to study for long hours, you will have to appear for various examinations, and all of it would be physically daunting on you. And you need to be physically courageous. The second type of courage that Netaji exhibited was moral courage. He stood up for what he believed in, even when it meant going against the wishes of his own party. He stood up for what he believed in, even when it meant going against the wishes of his own party and the British government. In a society where women were not seen as equal as men, as Shreya pointed out, he established the first women's regiment in the Azad Hind Fauj, led by the Rani of Jhansi regiment, led by Lakshmi Sehgal. All of us, we have to demonstrate moral courage. We cannot be afraid to speak out against injustice and oppression. And this moral courage is something that we can learn from him and apply in our daily lives. The third type of courage that I want to talk to you about today and was displayed by Netaji is intellectual courage. This is difficult to understand. What is intellectual courage? He was a brilliant thinker, strategist who was not afraid to challenge the status quo and came up with new ideas, how to gain Indian independence. He was a visionary leader who was always looking for ways to improve the lives of his people. And similar intellectual courage we need to nurture in our lives. How can we develop intellectual courage? We have to question the existing ideas and values around us. All of us, every day. Only when we expose our ideas to opposing ideas through conversation and debates, we can develop intellectual courage. Today, let us remember the sacrifice and contributions of Netaji and strive to be like him in our own lives. Demonstrate all 3 forms of courage. Let us be fearless and courageous in facing our challenges, particularly when it comes to taking exams. Let us be inspired by his example to do our best. This is what our Honorable Prime Minister means when he speaks about
Ranganath School?
Yes.
Nehru International Public School, Guledgud. Nehru International Public School, Guled, followed by JNV Vijaypura. JNV Vijaypura. After JNV Vijaypura, it is Bapuji International School, Badgandi. International Public School. Fourth position is again bagged by Raghunath International Public School, Sanvi. Come quickly. Bagged by KV Vijaypura, Lakshmi PC. Second position is again bagged by KV Vijaypura, Pranav K. Your first position is bagged by Bapuji International Public School, Supreet Bodigil. Thank you so much, sir, for doing the honors.